Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bar Sports League Season 3. We're here for the 7th event today, the A-League Block Dueling. This is a brand new MSL event. You may have seen it in other custom comps, but it's got a brand new format. Out of everyone, it's the Fast Pharaohs hold a 21-point lead over the Phantom Flashes. Team Tricolor in third with the defending champions, Speeding Snakes, lurking a little back and forth. The rules are you go down and try to knock that block onto your opponent's side, and if the block ends on your side after everyone is down, you are the loser. It's the test run. The spicy round and Continentals will show us off. Normally this event takes place on those half-pipe-like cube window pieces, but this time it's on a flat surface, which allows for a lot more chaos and teamwork. It's kind of like block bumping, except there's another team there as the Spicy Ramen are ahead by just a little bit, and they're going to get the win here in a close one over the Continentals by 0.3. And by the way, those distances, they're all in centimeters. Thank you to our test teams for showing us off, and let's take a look at our teams before we go into the first match, the Lemonade Lashers versus Team Saturn. They're lined up in the blocks, and we're off to start event 7. Lemonade Lashers get the first punch, they come back with another one. They're capturing a few good hits, but then Team Saturn comes with two strong. They take the lead. The Lemonade Lashers have the anchor. They get a hard hit, but it's not enough to get the win. Team Saturn is going to win this one. It was a very close match, 0.6 centimeters, but it's Team Saturn that end up getting the win. Very good from them. As now we go into the amazing Citron Crusaders. Citron Crusaders, they've been very mediocre this season. The Acrylics, they got a golden event 1, and they've been not great since. Citron Crusaders, a slight advantage, they follow up with another one. They're getting some very hard hits here. The amazing Acrylics aren't really doing anything. They're not really putting up a fight. And yeah, this one was dominated by the Citron Crusaders. 2.8 centimeters, a very large win. Disappointing for the Acrylics. Their last marble couldn't do anything as the Crusaders had a good block. As the Sushi Smashers take on the Lightning Bugs. Down they go. Sushi Smashers, a good hit to start. They take the lead. Follow up, the Lightning Bugs take the lead. They come back with 3, but the door's open. The Smashers are down by a little bit, but I think their last marble, Sashimi, barely gives them the win. And yes, they do by 0.1 centimeters. A very close match. That's as close as it gets. The host team fans are a bit nervous, but they're pleased to get the win over the Lightning Bugs as the Slime Balls take on the Fantastic Freeze now in our 4th heat. The Freeze have had a pretty good season. Can they beat the Slime Balls, though, who have been mediocre but decent for the rookie team? The Slime Balls have the advantage right now. The Freeze, their attacks aren't really doing anything, and it's going to be the Slime Balls getting the win. Maybe a few fans shocked at that. 0.7 centimeters the win there, but good job with the Slime Balls. As the Sausage Snakes take on the Speeding Snakes in the Snake Derby here. Obviously, we know which team has a better history, but maybe the Sausage Snakes would like to get one over them here. But the Speeding Snakes, oh dear, this isn't even close. That was embarrassing for the Sausage Snakes. They did not put up a fight against their snake rivals. As it's going to be an easy win for the Snakes, 3.1 centimeters. Look at the lead they had there. The Sausage Snakes did pull a little bit back with their final 2 marbles, but that still was a blowout. It's Team Tricolor take on the Water Warriors. Team Tricolor, they're in third despite only having a bronze medal to their name. The Water Warriors are defending B-League champs, if not that much. Team Tricolor gets the better first hit. The Water Warriors, they have an open attack here. Good defense there from Team Tricolor, and they're barely going to hold on to a win here against the Water Warriors. 0.5 centimeters, but it's enough to get the job done. Now the Phantom Flashes take on the Mossy Maniacs. The Mossy Maniacs have been struggling. The Phantom Flashes trying to catch up to the Fast Pharaohs, who have a huge 21-point lead. Mossy Maniacs come back with 2, but they still are losing. Now they equalize, but this is going to be the Phantom Flashes match here. The Mossy Maniacs came down with too many at once, and they didn't have great defense, so the Phantom Flashes were able to get a 2.4 centimeter win. Now the Thunder Waves versus the Fast Pharaohs. Surprisingly, the Thunder Waves, they've had an awful season so far. The Fast Pharaohs, though, they've been near impeccable. They actually have more points than the Speeding Snakes did after 6 events. But it's the Thunder Waves who have the lead right now. Coming down to the final marble, the Thunder Waves have a big lead, and that Fast Pharaoh can't do anything. The Thunder Waves upset the 1 seed here. The Fast Pharaohs are going to be shocked at that. They had a bad event last event, and a bad event this now too. 2.5 centimeters. That's going to put them well down the order. Let's see where they end up. They're in 14th place, which means that if the Phantom Flashes get the win here, they will take the lead in the standings. Otherwise, though, it's likely going to be the Fast Pharaohs holding the lead. but still, not a good event. This leaves the door open for the Phantom Flashes and a few other teams to catch up as Team Saturn take on the Thunder Waves here. The 16 seed has to get right back at it. They get a great start with their first marble. Their second marble doesn't really do anything. Third comes back to the defense. This is a huge win for the Thunder Waves. And it all was because of that first marble. The Thunder Waves fans are going crazy. They're finally getting the event they wanted here. Look at that first marble. Absolutely brilliant. A 5.5 centimeter win. An absolute blowout. It was about halfway down through Team Saturn's side by the end of it. The other marbles didn't really do too much, but it didn't matter because it was just such a dominant win. Citroen Crusaders take on the Phantom Flashes now. In the orange rivalry here, the Citroen Crusaders are on the left side of your screen. They can be a bit hard to tell sometimes. Phantom Flashes have the advantage for now. The Citroen Crusaders equalize for a tiny bit, but this is going to be a easy win for the Phantom Flashes as well. Phantom Flashes fans, they're pretty happy. They're in the top 4 in this event. They're certainly going to be digging into that lead, but how many points can they dig off? A 3.5 centimeter win. Very good for the Phantom Flashes. So now our hosts take on Team Tricolor. The hosts, of course, coming off a gold medal. Team Tricolor has been probably the most consistent team. They go down. Team Tricolor comes up with 2. The Sushi Smashers are well behind, but there's no defense from Team Tricolor. The Sushi Smashers are Ray Montada. They come back and win the match after losing through the first 2 marbles. Team Tricolor did a great job of putting it on their side, but they lost all their defense with that shock hit there from Sushi. You want to be close to the block, but not exactly on it because that's the risk. And end up losing by a full 2.2 centimeters. Ideally, you want to be just a few millimeters off the block. Otherwise, you risk that happening and your defense going away as the Speeding Snakes take on the Slime Balls. Speeding Snakes are the heavy favorites here, but Slime Balls followed with 2. They have a big lead. The Speeding Snakes, good defense there from the Slime Balls. As the Snakes attacked, the Slime Balls almost made the same mistake, but look at this third marble coming at the perfect time to stop the attack. And they hold on for the win by 2.3 centimeters, even getting a few more at the end. The results 5th through 16th are in. Team Tricolor is the best of the rest, not in the top 4. That's kind of how their whole season has been. The Speeding Snakes in 6th, Citroen Crusaders 7th, and Team Saturn in 8th. This is time to get on to the semifinals now with the Slime Balls versus the Thunder Waves. Slime Balls, they've been down there. They only had 1 point after 2 events, but they've been better since then. They're getting adjusted to the main league pretty well. Thunder Waves, they had the Slime Balls defense has been great today. I'll just say that. The Thunder Waves look like they're going to attack several times right in the perfect amount of time the Slime Balls come in to defend. You see, they get that first hit, and then they just defend the rest of the way. They park the bus, sort of, and that's enough to get the win by 0.6 centimeters. Slime Balls to the final. They've been pretty good in team events. The Sushi Smashers take on the Phantom Flashes. 2 big teams from Season 2. Phantom Flashes a good hit to start. That's going to be hard to come back from the Smashers. They do get the defense, but the Phantom Flashes recover, and by the end, it's too late for the Sushi Smashers. Our hosts, the Phantom Flashes, end up getting the win here by 3.5 centimeters. Our hosts, of course, still have a chance at the medal, but they are going to be a little bit disappointed to lose to the Phantom Flashes. Take a look at our gold and bronze matches. We've got the Sushi Smashers versus the Thunder Waves coming up. They're lined up, and down they go. Thunder Waves, a great hit to start. They did that earlier today. Sushi Smashers come back. Thunder Waves, though, good defense. And it's going to be hard for the Sushi Smashers to win, and they can't do it. The Thunder Waves, the team in last place in the standings, is going to get a bronze medal. Their fans are going crazy because it's just been an awful season so far. But finally, something goes right for them. And the team had just 26 points for this event. They get a great finish here with a bronze medal. Congratulations to the Thunder Waves. The hosts, a bit disappointed not to get a medal, but 4th is still very good. Now the Phantom Flash versus the Slime Balls. Phantom Flash will be on the right side. We accidentally put them in the wrong side there. Slime Balls, though, come up with 2 great to start. Phantom Flashes, they have the chance now. Slime Balls come back with perfect defense. Phantom Flashes have 1 more, and it's not going to be enough. The Slime Balls win the gold. This also means the Fast Pharaohs will hold the lead after this event. The Phantom Flash had won. They would have taken the lead. A 1.5 centimeter win. Look at that defense just coming in at the perfect time. The Slime Balls have 1 gold in block dueling, having to beat some huge teams along the way, especially the Phantom Flashes. Congratulations to the Slime Balls. Very great performance from them here. You see our results there. Saucy Snakes not good in last, but what an event this was. This one certainly going to be one of the fan favorites, as the Thunder Waves, Phantom Flashes, and Slime Balls stand on the podium today for the 7th event. Congratulations to all these teams. Thunderwaves the bronze, the Fanify's the silver, and the Slime Balls the gold. All the fans of those teams very pleased with how this event went. Maybe the Fanify is a bit sad they didn't take the lead, but in the standings, the lead is evaporated for the Fast Pharaohs. It is down to just 3 points as the Mossy Maniacs fall to last. Now Thunderwaves up 3 into 12th. Team Tricolor holding on to 3rd, but the next event is Event 8, the Treadmill Chase. Thanks for watching.